Treasurer. The father is treasurer of demigods, and they are also very handsome body they have, and they also are associates of Lord Shiva. So all this is plus point or minus point. All this is plus point. But these plus points turned out to be a disadvantage for them because they became proud. Draptau, it is said. So they became very proud, and the pride became inauspicious. It took them, I mean, they had to do some blunder because of that. So they're being cursed by Nardamani. Is it auspicious or inauspicious? Why it's auspicious? Huh? They got darshan of Krishna, deliverance by Krishna. So you are understanding how the Vaishnavas are assessing anything to be auspicious or inauspicious. Correct, no? So now speaking lies, what is it? Is it dharma or adharma? Only adharma. But when Krishna orders Yudhishthira Maharaj to speak a lie, that is supreme dharma it is. Correct, no? Because Krishna is like the sun, and our dharma in this world is like a candle. So what is a candle in front of the sun? The Lord has said, you say this, that is what is satyam. That becomes a param satyam, nothing beyond that. So please all of you repeat after me. Standard morality is that by which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased. This is the definition of morality. Prabhupada gave this. You will find it in Leelamrita, you will find this. It's called standard, gold standard morality. Standard morality is that by which the Supreme Lord is pleased. So that's all. Nothing, you don't have to worry anything beyond. The Lord has to be pleased. That's all. The goal should be, the intention should be to please the Lord ultimately. So that is a standard morality, he says. Now, it's not that you can have your own definition of pleasing the Lord. Therefore, you have to get the knowledge in Guru Parampara. How to please the Lord. What will please him and what will not please him. That's a standard morality. So, therefore, you will see that there are three types of karmas. Karma, vikarma, akarma. Correct, no? So karma means action performed in alignment with the scriptures for achieving a higher material destination. That's the definition. Two components. One is it is aligned with the scriptures, but the goal is a material goal, to attain swarga, to attain a higher material destination within this world only. That's called karma. And vikarma means actions performed against the scriptural injunctions, but disregarding the proprietorship of the Supreme Lord. That is vikarma. And akarma means action performed on Lord's account. That's all. Very simple. It is actually ordered by the Lord, and it is meant for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So then those actions are akarma. So when any jiva leaves one body, he carries all these three with him. But we don't count it as three. We count as only one only. Why? Because the two are material account. That karma and vikarma are material account, and akarma is, it is indeletable, undepletable account. The third one, akarma. Therefore, the other two, although they may go with the jiva, it's material for us because you go to heaven and countdown happens, or you go to hell and countdown happens. So they will eventually get exhausted. They'll be finished. But this one will not be finished, akarma. So therefore, and that akarma is that which leads to supreme. Like we say one action is performed by which one attains the supreme. Other action is performed by which one attains that which is not supreme. So these two are in that account, by which supreme is not attained by these two. But by performing actions on Supreme Lord's account, that leads you to the supreme. So these things should be clear for us. Now let's proceed now. May I read the purport?
Unless one hears from a bona fide acharya who is never disturbed by the changes of the material world, one cannot have the real key to transcendental knowledge.
See, he says here that the system of hearing from undisturbed authorities. The word undisturbed authority means dhira. Opposite of dhira is mudha. So let us know what is dhira mudha first, and then let us read the purport further. So go to the last part of the purport. It's a very big purport, isn't it? So I'll tell you where is the information about dhira. Who is a dhira? No, it was earlier itself we discussed about dhira. We'll go to that place. You remember? Iti Shushruma Dhirana. Where is that? Mantra number? First time Prabhupada said about dhira. Where is it? Go to mantra number 10. It's there, yeah. It's the last part of purport of mantra 10. It says here, who is a dhira is very beautifully. It starts from this. Isopanishad wants us. This is quality type of education, all that, no? After that, he says, this is actually 1, 2, 3, fourth para from the bottom, end of the 10th purport, fourth para.
Adhira is one who is not.
Yeah, I can start from there. Adhira?
Adhira is one who is not disturbed by material illusion.
This is the first one. First definition of adhira. That means he doesn't become mohit. Mohit means he doesn't become illusion. So what is moha? Illusion means, see these material bodies that we observe in this world are all like bubbles in the ocean, Prabhupada says. Like the bubbles, they all explode over a period of time. So to understand that these material bodies are ever changing and they are perishable, and the pleasures obtained from material body is temporary, and it is a cheating pleasure, fleeting pleasure. One should clearly know that. Then one is free from moha. That's one understanding of moha. Another way the moha is explained in the scriptures, that the moha is produced by things which apparently appear very attractive and glittering and glamorous in this world. It's just like, shining objects are very attractive. Therefore, many times when they sell any commodity, they make it shine. Nowadays, mung dal also they make it shine. You know that marketplace. Actually, the good mung dal is which one? Which is not too much shining. Normal mung dal. But these guys put a golden type of color kind of thing. Even in vegetables, they paint also. They have one type of this thing with which they paint the village vegetables when they come to city. How many have you seen dark red apples? You have seen. By the way, it's too dark. From there, it looks like the Maricha deer. Maricha deer was having golden this thing skin. When Lakshman saw that, he said, "This is not an 8.4 million species. It's out of that, surely." Similarly, this dark red apple also is actually genetically modified. So it looks very attractive, but you purchase it and take it home, you bite it, chava chava chava, no taste after that. On the other hand, ordinary apple, which is slightly yellow and green, doesn't look very appealing. You buy and it's juicy. It's a natural apple, correct? No? But why I was telling, the moha is produced by objects which catch the eyes of the conditioned souls by externally appearing very attractive. For example, Shurpanaka, when she disguised herself like a very beautiful woman and came, she made everybody mohit, correct? No? Everybody became illusion because they thought that is her actual form. Was it true? That was cheating form. That's called moha. Similarly, our Putana, when she entered Vrindavan, looking very attractive. So why it is called moha? Because it's attractive, but it is not going to remain forever. It is a cheating, fleeting pleasure. Correct, no? So illusion arising from seeing the objects of the world, which are material, which are temporary, which cannot give you true happiness, but which appear to be promising you happiness, which will not only cheat you, it will punish you, it will lead you to misery, endless misery. That kind of attraction is called moha. So, and also one who relies very much on his 4 defects. Along with 4 defects, you perceive something to be true, which is not true. We said that earlier also, correct? No? So, in case you use your own senses with 4 defects to perceive a truth, then that is also moha. Why? Because that's not the correct truth. The correct truth is ascertained by those who are free from defects. Ultimately, God is the only one free from 4 defects. So, therefore, the Acharyas and Guru Parampara who repeat the knowledge faithfully, who don't, adulterate the knowledge, that knowledge is free from illusion. See, sometimes the modern day advancement and science and technology appears very appealing to people's minds and hearts. Do you agree? Correct, no? Big shopping malls and high-speed trains, flying rockets, aeroplanes taking people from one place to another. See the airport, how finely they have made it, and the spick and span. Correct, now go to software companies, neat and clean, and people talking very stylish languages and having their correct now all kinds of modern day technologies and smartphones. So the whole glittering illusion is very appealing to the conditioned soul who is envious of Krishna, who has turned away from Krishna, who has come with the enjoying mentality in this world. Isn't it? So for him, this is very impressive because he wanted a kingdom of God without God. And here he is increasing the comfort level. Correct, no? So his mind slowly convinces him that actually this world is not all that bad. And it's not that you need God to be happy. Without God also you can be. That's called moha. Also, that's another meaning of moha. So to become fascinated by or to become impressed by, cheating illusion, which appears like glitter and glamour. Therefore, they put lights also. You've seen that. Sometimes the banks they put a lot of glass boxes kind of thing. You've seen that. In the night when you put on the light, everything is shining. Ultimately, everything is done to people try to. It's like see glamour and show glamour. We call it. People show glamour and they also want to see glamour. So, in this way, you will find that the cities are places which are very nice places to become illusioned, because a lot of cheating happens. You go to the material nature, the forest and other places. Therefore, the purpose is the country was made by God, countryside means the village and forest, and the city was made by man. On Cowper, Prabhupada quotes that. He said, therefore, in city problems are more. You will see that countryside is very simple. You can see that everything is natural. Water is pure, air is pure, life is simple. Most people don't have any doors in their house also, because there's nothing to steal inside. They depend on cows and bulls and nature. Lead a simple life. When you come to city, man has increased the illusion. And the illusion makes him think that I am independent. Actually, he is not independent. He can't be independent. He can only imagine he's independent. It's only a matter of time. Like, for example, Prabhupada says your happiness doesn't come from nuts and bolts you produce in the company. Without the basic necessities of life like grains, the fruits, the drinking water, fresh breathing air, warmth of the sun, sunlight, none of which is produced by man. Correct? No? But unfortunately, modern man tends to think I can get happiness not by these, but my own creations. And that is more. Therefore, he says the result of godless civilization is no. What he said? How he begins the sentence? Godless civilization is born of illusion, and the result of such a civilization is lamentation. Yeah. Hmm. The godless civilization is born of illusion, and the result of such illusion is lamentation. Yeah. So yeah, Dhira is free from all this. You see, one who is not okay. If Dhira is not disturbed material illusion means what? You know, he is not impressed by the material display of this world. He knows that all this is a conglomeration of 24 material elements only. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, and then you have the five tanmatras, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha. Then you have the five Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas. Put together, it's all 24 items. So, a devotee of the Lord sees that there is one verse in the Bhagavatam which says this. अतः यावदत्त स्यादप्रमत्तो व्यवसाय बुद्धिः सिद्धेन्यतार्थे नयते तत्र परिश्रमं तत्र समीक्षमाणः. This verse says अतः कविर्नामसु. Namasu means in this world the names are changed but the content of objects are same. For example, you have this one. What do you call this? Table. You call it. Now this the same table now. This may be converted into a cupboard also. Correct now. You can break it into pieces and put something cupboard and put everything and keep books there. Then what will you call it? Like if the same thing is made like that, what will you call it? Shelf. So the name is changed, but the substance is same only. Correct, no? In the same manner, you can call multiple names. Names may change, but the content may be the same. Like for example, you call it a toothpaste, Colgate plus plus. So there's some name they call it, or they call the pen's name Reynolds. But ultimately, all are made up of 24 elements only in this world. So yeah, devotee of the Lord is able to clearly see that. He sees that this whole world is filled with all material commodities and they are in different shapes and forms. It's like you take chapati atta, you can make triangular, you can make circular, you can make square. Shapes and forms are different, but the substance is, the basic substrata is same only. So therefore, he's not impressed with the opposite sex and all. Man-woman attraction. Why? Because whatever their body is made up of is also making my body also, and it's making the animals' bodies also. It's making the plant's body. It's ultimately all the materials in this world you see is a conglomeration of one big chapati atta, which is 24 elements, and they are all taken out and made into multiple forms. So the material variety is a cheating variety, because in the pralaya kal everything will be mixed up together. Correct? There will be no difference. Whereas the real variety is where that is in spiritual world. They are, all jivas are part and parcels of the Lord, and they have their name, their forms, their qualities, their activities, and their uniqueness. That real variety is in spiritual world. Material variety is cheating variety, because material variety is all externally appearing to be variety, but ultimately substance is only one thing only. So, and also it is not a happiness-giving substance; it is a misery-producing substance. See, material life is called by the word time. You know the time, temporary, illusory, miserable, and enjoyment. T is for enjoyment. Temporary, illusory, miserable, enjoyment. So one who can see this is a dhira. Yeah, read it now.
No one. Adhira is one who is not disturbed by material illusion. No one can be undisturbed unless he is perfectly spiritually realized, at which time one neither hankers nor laments for anything. Adhira realizes that the material body and mind he has acquired.
Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. See, this is only negating the negative. And then he says, samasarveshu bhuteshu, and then mad bhaktir. See, mad bhaktir labate param. That is attaining the positive. The first line tells you about negating the negative. Second line talks about attaining the positive. So jnani is attained which one? First line or second line? No, only first line only. And then if they take to bhakti, Shuddha bhakti starts from that point. From 0, 0, Shuddha bhakti starts beyond that. Then mad bhakti labate param. So jnani is attained 0, 0. Is it complete? Or is it incomplete? And therefore Krishna says, Janma bandha vinir mukta padam gacchanta namaya. So Janma bandha vinir mukta means you come to 0, 0. Padam gacchanta namaya means enter into a spiritual world. Therefore he says in 2 steps. He doesn't say only 1 step. He doesn't say, that means, if you get rid of the material world, cycle of birth and death, you will naturally go back to God. It doesn't say that. Janma bandha vinir mukta padam gacchanti namaya, he says. Similarly, one more verse I'll show you. One more verse. Yeah. Yeah. This is the one. Sorry. 1 minute. No, not this one. Okay. Here it is. You can see here. Read these three things. Freedom comes by.
Freedom comes by connecting our activities with the Lord's service. Lord Krishna explains that by acting in this way, one will be freed from the bondage to work and its results. Moksha se karma bandhanaihi. More than that, one will become liberated, vimukti. More than that, one will come to Krishna, mam upeshyasi.
Correct, no? They're distinguished. See, if you do nishkama karma, you may become moksha se karma bandhanahi. But that's not all. Then you get vimukti, which is liberation. And beyond liberation is mam upeshyasi, coming to Krishna. These three are distinguished in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, now let's come back to Dhira. Where's Dhira?
A Dhira realizes that the material body and mind he has acquired by chance through material association are but foreign elements. Therefore, he
Which
simply
is foreign element? This is foreign element for us. And not only the gross body, also subtle body. Those are foreign elements to us. It's superfluous to the soul.
Therefore, he simply makes the best use of a bad bargain.
Yeah. Like, for example, see, Mayavadis only condemn the material body, but they don't know how to engage the material body in Lord's service. Like, for example, you may call, oh, this body is a stool body. It's horrible. It is sweating. All the 9 holes are sending out dirty substances. So one may condemn the body, but Vaishnavas don't condemn the body. Vaishnavas spiritualize the body. Like iron rod put in fire becomes fiery. Similarly, the material body also, you can use the legs to walk to the temple, use the eyes to see the beauty of the Lord. So in this way, that's the meaning of making the best out of bad bargain. Yeah. Rather than condemn the material things, we can actually spiritualize the material things by engaging them in Krishna service. Yeah. Go ahead.
The material body and mind are bad bargains for the spiritual living entity. The living entity has actual functions in the living spiritual world, but this material world is dead. As long as the living spiritual sparks manipulate the dead lumps of matter, the dead world appears to be a living world. Actually, it is the living souls, the parts and parcels of the Supreme Living Being, who move the world. The Dhiras have come to know all these facts by hearing them from superior authorities and have realized this knowledge by following the regulative principles.
For example, if I put my hand in a gloves and I'm moving like this, the gloves appears to be moving, isn't it? Sometimes you might have seen this, like our Walt Disney's characters. Some people wear it over them. You've seen that? And they're moving a hand like this, like a big toy. And people are very fascinated, correct, no? Is it a character moving on his own? There's a man inside, correct, no? He wears that dress, correct, no? But then after doing tamasha for 2-3 hours, the man will remove it, correct, no? After that, does that character has any value? Correct. Similarly, the jivas have entered into these bodies. So this is all dead matter only. But then when the jivas are the spark of jiva is very attractive. So he has entered into this body, and then because of that, the world looks very lively. Like my hands are lively because if I wear a gloves, if I remove the hand, then the gloves falls. That's what he's saying, that the Dhira Purusha can clearly see the difference between body and soul. He knows that the spirit souls are running this world. If all the spirit souls were to leave this world, of course, including super soul also, everything will be stand still, dead, with no movement, no action. Everything will be like it can go on for millions of years, just like a car kept in one place. If no driver comes there, it's going to remain there for a million years and get crumbled completely. Correct, no? Yeah, go ahead.
To follow the regulative principles, one must take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. The transcendental message and regulative principles come down from the spiritual master to the disciple.
Why is he saying all this now? How to become a Dhira ourselves in our life. So he's saying one can become a Dhira only by submissively hearing from a bona fide Guru. And then Arjuna, he became a Dhira by hearing from Krishna. As he says. And then Adhira, read the next para.
An Adhira, one who has not undergone the training of a Dhira, cannot be an instructive leader. Modern politicians who pose themselves as Dhiras are actually Adhiras, and one cannot expect perfect knowledge from them.
They are going to give imperfect knowledge. Some politicians are writing commentary to Bhagavad Gita. They may be a little intellectual or intelligent, but that knowledge is partial or it is incorrect because they have not heard from a Vaishnava Guru in the Guru Parampara. Yeah. And therefore you find a lot of flaws in their rendering. Correct, no? Actually, many people are bluffing many things on their own without hearing it in Guru Parampara and repeating the knowledge. Yeah.
They are simply busy seeing to their own remuneration in dollars and cents. How, then, can they lead the mass of people to the right path of self-realization? Thus, one must hear submissively from a Dhira in order to attain actual education.
So till now we have understood many things about Dhira here. One thing we understood is he is not disturbed by material moha, illusion. Therefore, he doesn't hanker or lament for any material objects. Correct? Do you agree Chitraketu was hankering and lamenting? Initially, he was hankering for a son. Then when son died, he was lamenting. Was Jadabharata hankering for anything? No. Was he lamenting for anything? Like when his brothers cheated him, or the Kali worship was about to cut off his head, or when Rahugana insulted him. In all this, Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukha, Mana, Paman, he remained very like a Dhira Purusha, stable. Like Krishna says in 2.13, Dhiras Tatra Namukhyati. So, that 2.13 can be applied on Chitraketu. You will see, yes, he became Mukhyati because he was a Adhira at that time. Therefore, he hankered for a son. When son died, he lamented for the last son. Correct, no? So, on the other hand, the same Chitraketu, when he became enlightened and got Narada as the guru, and then while going on the Akash Marg in the aeroplane as Vidyadhara Loka king, along with Vidyadhara, is singing the holy name. So he giggled and he laughed at Shiva. He wanted to instruct Shiva for some reason. And then he was given a curse by Parvati. Correct, no? So at that time, did he lament? Yeah. So he didn't lament. Now, neither did he rejoice for having become a king of Vidyadhara Loka, nor did he lament for being condemned to become a demon in the next life. So the same Chitraketu, he has got promotion now. Correct, no? After taking Diksha from Narada. So he became a Dhira. So Dhira means, he is not disturbed by material illusions. He doesn't hanker, na shochiti na kankshati also. And he clearly knows that material world is running based on the 24 elements and it's all temporary. As I told you, temporary, illusory, miserable enjoyment. He clearly can see that. And all this he gets by hearing in Guru Parampara. So you have to become a Dhira by hearing from great souls in the Guru Parampara. You have to learn the Vidya from the Dhira Purushas. So now those who have not heard like that, they are bluffing on their own. Even though they may be materially very intelligent, there are very intelligent speculators in modern times also. They even started the organizations also. Because they are very smart, intellectual speakers. There are always fools to hear such people. In the material world, you will find like that. Good number of fools are there who are tempted by their very impressive speech. Using eloquent English and everything. So devotees of the Lord will never be cheated by them. First thing devotees will ask, what's your qualification for speaking? Is it coming from your own brain substance or coming from Guru Parampara? From your brain, take it, go back. They will not entertain them. Even we became intelligent after hearing from Prabhupada books and everything, we got awakened, correct, no? Otherwise, we were thinking anything can be accepted from anywhere. We were thinking like that before, correct, no? And I had a group of 25 friends in my school days. We used to gather once in a week, once in 2 weeks like that. And all of us would bring hodgepodge from different organizations. I had my hodgepodge, you would have his hodgepodge. Everyone put on the table and discuss about, what do you think about the soul? What do I think about the soul? What do you think about this Kama Krodha Lobha? Why we? So everybody would give the interpretation. And it will be like 1 hour, 2 hour meeting we would discuss. Now I am thinking all are adhiras, bluffing something from other adhiras, what they have heard, and then bluffing on their own also. But always searching for the truth. So fortunately, we came in a Guru Parampara afterwards, so then we could hear the crystal clear knowledge, unadulterated crystal clear knowledge. Now we can go back to 13th verse now. You understood what a Dhira is. Okay. And therefore here he says the same point. Unless one hears from a bona fide Acharya who is never disturbed with the chains of the material world, one cannot have real key to transcendental knowledge. And then he's saying that the bona fide Guru, who has also heard the Shruti mantras or Vedic knowledge from his undisturbed Acharya, never presents anything that is not mentioned in the Vedic literature. In the Bhagavad Gita, read that.
In the Bhagavad Gita 9.25, it is clearly said that those who worship the Pitris or forefathers attain the planets of the forefathers, that the gross materialists who make plans to remain here stay in this world, and that the devotees of the Lord who worship none but Lord Krishna, the supreme cause of all causes, reach him in his spiritual sky.
That's the verse I told you, right? Yanti deva vrata devan, pitrin yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja, yanti madhyajinopi mam. Krishna clearly says this. 4 different destinations for 4 different actors. Yeah.
Here also, in Sri Isopanishad, it is verified that one achieves different results by different modes of worship. If we worship the Supreme Lord, we will certainly reach him in his eternal abode. And if we worship demigods like the sun god or moon god, we can reach their respective planets without a doubt. And if we wish to remain on this wretched planet with our planning commissions and our stopgap political adjustments, we can certainly do that also.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Nowhere in authentic scriptures is it said that one will ultimately reach the same goal by doing anything or worshipping anyone.
This is a complete... this is the most important statement, because there are so many organizations now bluffing the people like this. That, see, if you say you can do anything and ultimately go back to God, is there need for scripture? Do you think Krishna has to give such a serious Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna? If you can do anything and ultimately attain the same. See, some people will quote to you, they will say, Manushya Partha Sarvashaha, Krishna says that. Where he says, Yetama prapadyante tam sadeva vajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante Manushya Partha Sarvashaha. He says that. So they will quote this verse and they will say, Krishna says that Mama Vartmanu Vartante. Everybody ultimately follows my path only. Manushya Partha Sarvashaka, all the people. Therefore they say all paths lead to same goal. So regarding this, is only Bhakti Maharaj in those days had spoken one full lecture on this point. He was telling, if you take a Google map, Google snapshot from the top, if you see the main road he was telling, he said that there are different cars in different locations. Some cars are in Pune, some are in Kariki, some are in Pimpri, some cars are in Lonabla, some are in Karjat, some are in Kalyan, and then some are in Grand Road or something, or in Churchgate or something. So he said different cars are in different locations. He said similarly, Karmi, Jnani, Yogi, and they are all in like different rungs of a ladder. One is here, one is here, one is here, and they are going to take different amount of time based on their faith, based on their activities and everything. So they may be saying that we are also, studying Gita and everything, but they are in different levels. Another thing is that there are some cars which are getting a wrong information about going to Bombay from Pune. So they went up to Lonavala and somebody returned them, you turn back. Now they are on the way down now, thinking that they are going to Bombay. Yeah, some are taking U-turn coming, because somebody has misguided them. And they are on the same road only. Correct, no? Road is same, correct. Road is Bombay road only. But instead of going to Bombay, what are they doing? Going away from Bombay. Yeah, like that. And some are, they've gone up to Lonavala. Instead of going straight to Bombay, they are taking a detour, going inside. They are also in the right road only, same road. But so they are going to Lonavala Hills. So now they are going to get lost there. Correct, no? So in the same manner, like Krishna says that whatever path you take, demigods and others, they are ultimately empowered by me. The demigods are also giving benedictions only because Krishna has given them some powers. Otherwise they can't give. It's like that shloka, that Akashat patitam toyam yada gacchati sagaram sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam pratigacchati. You know what is the meaning of that? Sarvadeva namaskara means whatever worship you do for demigod, they are all meant for Lord Keshava. They are all meant for Lord Keshava. You are supposed to actually offer them all to Lord Keshava. Who is Keshava? Krishna. But instead you are offering to demigods who are all limbs of Lord Keshava. And in the connection, Prabhupada gives a powerful example. He says if you go to meet a Vaishnava Guru, ideally speaking, how you should deal with him? You should touch his feet, touch your head and say, please bless me or something. Now if you go and touch the Guru's head like this. Anyway, my father told me, you go and touch the Guru and come. So I'm touching on the head. Is it all right? Or touching on the shoulder. Is it proper? And this is Avidhi Purvakam. Prabhupada gives example. I heard it in his lecture. Prabhupada says, Avidhi Purvakam means somebody may say, I am touching Krishna only, but you are touching. Yeah, that is demigod worship is like this. Prabhupada is saying. You are not doing as per Vidhi. Ideally speaking, you should touch the feet of the Lord or the feet of the Vaishnava Acharya, not touch the shoulder or the head. So, but demigod worshippers are like that. Krishna says that. Prabhupada gives that example. It's Avidhi Purvakam. Therefore, Krishna doesn't accept it as a proper Vidhi. Although they are not atheistic. Somebody may say, I went to the Matha of Vaishnava, so I'm not atheist. But what did you do? I touched his shoulder and touched his head again. Will you get mercy like that? So therefore, it's called Ayavidhi, means it's not proper procedure. Another example Prabhupada gives, say the government tells you that you should pay 10,000 rupees, some tax. And then you go to one of the ministers and say, sir, I will pay to government only 5,000. So adjust kar lijiye. And for you, because of this adjustment, I'm giving you 1,000 rupees. Is it all right? That means you spent how much now? But how much are you supposed to pay? Therefore, Avidhi Purvakam, he says. That means, you are supposed to pay to the government, not to some chota mota in between man who will make some golmaal, some cheating. Companies, people do that. Like tender and all, when they take, like different people place their quotation for the tender. And some companies say that, no, see, if you choose our tender, between you and me, we will make some monetary understanding, adjustment. By that, who undergoes the loss? Do you know that? Government. Like you may be aware, in your college also, boys who do project. They will go to a shop and they'll purchase some commodity and say 2,000 rupees. And they will ask them to give a bill of 6,000. The kacha bills they have, And with that, they get reimbursed the amount. So how much they got extra? 4,000. So in that 1,000, they'll give to shopkeeper. So now they got 3,000 in their pocket and shopkeeper got 1,000. Both are benefited by that. But who suffers? College suffers. Correct, no? So Avidhi Purvakam. Correct, no? So instead of, Krishna is telling them, Sarvadharman Paritejya, that is actually 10,000 rupees, paying full amount. And they are not ready for it. What they want to do instead of fully surrendering, they want to escape that surrender. And they are making a pretense of being religious, being pious, going to demigods. And they're telling Krishna, my dear Lord, I'm going to your man only. One of your demigods only I'm going. But the purpose of going to demigod is business. It is not love. It is simply business centered it is. So they pay a partial tax to demigods. Actually, sometimes government at least is partial tax instead of escaping the whole tax. But of course, if he keeps on paying partial tax for a long time, they will go for income tax raid. You know that? Then they find how much money this fellow has stocked. Then they will bring him to street after that. Correct, no? Therefore, when demigod worshippers become puffed up too much and they start exploiting the material world so much, then Lord has to come down. Like for Ravana, Hiranyakashipu. There are big time asuras and small time asuras. For small time, material nature will take care. For big time, the Lord comes and finishes them. The whole idea is it's an illicit program, illegal program. Avidhi Purvakam. Lord says that. But the most amazing thing is what? Although it is an illegal program, these people are proud that all gods are equal. That is their, you can worship anybody you want. All paths lead to same goal. We have to give them a special doctorate degree for bluffing. bluffing expert, doctorate in bluffing. That's what they deserve. Yeah, go ahead.
Such foolish theories are offered by self-made spiritual masters who have no connection with the parampara, the bona fide system of disciplic succession. The bona fide spiritual master cannot say that all paths lead to the same goal and that anyone can attain his goal by his own mode of worship of the demigods or of the supreme or whatever. Any common man can very easily understand that a person can reach his destination only when he has purchased a ticket for that destination. A person who has purchased a ticket for Calcutta can reach Calcutta, but not Bombay. But the so-called spiritual masters say that any and all paths will take one to the supreme goal. Such mundane and compromising offers attract many foolish creatures who become puffed up with their manufactured methods of spiritual realization. The Vedic instructions, however, do not uphold them. Unless one has received knowledge from the bona fide spiritual master who is in the recognized line of disciplic succession, one cannot have the real thing as it is.
Yeah. So he is saying that they are puffed up with their manufactured methods of spiritual realization. He says here, when you have these organizations, some of the biggest blunders they do is the founder of the organization claims himself to be God. When he sees he has a big following, then he starts thinking, I'm also God. Yeah. So that is one of the big blunders they do. Similarly, like this is Kali Yuga going on, you are supposed to teach people the Mahamantra chant, which is given in the scripture. But in this age, they will do some big Chandi Chamundi Yajna or something like that. They'll be doing, which is never prescribed in the scriptures. And they will do a very big, we are going to have 1,008 kalashas and we are going to perform a very huge thing and so many people are participating. And so in this way, they go for many concocted methods of religion just to increase their false ego and their name and fame and glory. And in this way, they cheat the masses. Innocent, gullible masses get misled by them. So, and some of them claim to be God also. So therefore, and then Prabhupada is quoting the Devam Parampara Praptam verse along with the translation. And read the next paragraph when Lord Sri Krishna.
When Lord Sri Krishna was present on this earth, the Bhakti Yoga principles defined in the Bhagavad Gita had become distorted. Therefore, the Lord had to re-establish the disciplic system beginning with Arjuna, who was the most confidential friend and devotee of the Lord.
So, Sakale Neha Mahata Yogo Nashta Parantapa. And then Sayevaya Mayatedya Yoga Prokta Puratana Bhakto Asime Sakacheti Rahasyam Ketama. Why am I giving you, Arjuna, this knowledge of Gita? Because you are my friend and devotee. That's the qualification Krishna is saying. You see, if you want to recruit anybody in your company, first thing you may want to see is his character. And then you may see his competence level, skills and other things you may see. Then once you have seen the character and the competence, then you may see his experience, all those things. Similarly, in the path of spiritual life, or even a king who is going to lead any country, many saintly people would first see whether he is a devotee of God. If he doesn't accept the laws of God, he is going to create havoc, being at the top. Okay, he's a devotee of God. The next, does he have character? Naturally, any devotee is supposed to have character. If he claims to be a devotee of God, he has no character, then they can't choose him as the king. So first is devotee, then he has character, then he has competence and skills and everything necessary for him to be a king, like being chivalrous, for example, on one hand, and being able to judge and discriminate according to situations, all that. And is he obedient to the brahmanas and advisors? And is he selfless? And is he eager for serving the praja? Or he is eager for looting the money and enjoying drinking and smoking and women? So all that they will see for posting a king. Similarly, here he says that Arjuna was told by Krishna that you are my friend and devotee. Therefore, I am giving you this knowledge. And then Prabhupada says here, in other words, only the Lord's devotee and friend can understand the Gita. This also means that only who follows the path of Arjuna can understand the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, Prabhupada says we simply have to follow in the footsteps of Arjuna in inquiring and learning from Krishna. Then we will be fortunate. And go ahead.
At the present moment, there are many interpreters and translators of the sublime dialogue who care nothing for Lord Krishna or Arjuna. Such interpreters explain the verses of Bhagavad Gita in their own way and postulate all sorts of rubbish in the name of the Gita. Such interpreters believe neither in Sri Krishna nor in his eternal abode. How, then, can they explain the Bhagavad Gita? Krishna clearly says that only those who have lost their sense...
See, Prabhupada says such interpreters believe neither in Sri Krishna nor in his eternal abode. But Krishna in the 15th chapter talks about the supreme abode, isn't it? That he says, no, Gacchantya Padam Avyayam. That he's talking about Padam Avyayam. And the subsequent verse he's talking about Natad Bhasiti Suryo Na Shashanko Na Pavaka Yadgatva Nanivartante Tat Dhama Paramam. So Mama Dhama means it's my abode. Param Dhama means supreme abode. Another place he says, Yasya Sarveshu Bhuteshu Nashyatsu Na Vinashyati. That Dhama is never destroyed, whereas everything else in the material world is destroyed. So, and Krishna also says one more verse, Mama Vetya Punarjanma Dukkalayam Ashashvatam Napnuvanti Mahatmanaha Samsiddhim Paramam Gataha. He's talking about a Parama Loka also. Like this, Om Yityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Ma Manusmaran Yaprayati Samadbhavam Yati Nastyatra Samshaya. That type of verse also. So there is a talk about eternal life in the eternal abode. So these people never believe that Krishna is living in such abode. They're atheists in that sense. Yeah. They neither believe in Krishna nor in his abode. Therefore, what is the use of their talking Bhagavad Gita? Tell me, isn't it? Go ahead.
Krishna clearly says that only those who have lost their sins worship the demigods for paltry rewards.
Yeah. Tad bhavati, what that was? Antavat phalam tesham tad bhavatyalpametasam devan deva yajo yanti mad bhakta yanti mam. That's another verse. Devan deva yajo yanti. Worshippers of demigods go to demigod. Mad bhakta yanti mamapi. My bhaktas come to me, he's saying. And then who worships those demigods, he's saying? Antavattu means temporary. Phalam tesham tad bhavati alpametasam. Why are these people alpametas? For two reasons. He's saying that they are greedy to achieve material commodities quickly. Kshipram himanushe loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. So one reason they go to demigods is they quickly get the material rewards without first getting their hearts purified. That's one reason for which they go. And Krishna takes time to purify first before awarding any material benediction. But what is the problem in this? So many people may tell you then, like one devotee openly asked me, Prabhuji, can I go to demigods or material benefits? And Shuddha Bhakti to Krishna. That will be best of both worlds, Anyway, demigods are also Krishna's devotees only. And they'll quickly give me material benedictions. I can take from them. Then I told the devotee, see, Dhruva Maharaj wanted a kingdom greater than his grandfather Brahma. So to whom did he go? He went to Vishnu, correct, no? Now our Kardamani wanted a wife, isn't it? To whom did he go to? Why they both went to Vishnu? Because both these are material desires, you agree? Why they went to Vishnu? They could have gone to demigods. Why? Yeah? Vishnu Akama Sarva Kamova, Moksha Kamo Daradi. For that one reason they went also, correct, no? And another reason why they both were guided to go to Vishnu is Vishnu will first purify and then give you. Because the heart purified, you cannot misuse the material commodities. Not possible. Now Ravana was his heart purified before Shiva gave him golden Lanka. Therefore, what he did with golden Lanka? He misused it. And end result? That's right. Bhasmasura was his heart purified before Shiva gave him the benediction for this. Isn't it? So you can see that with the heart not purified, they are going to destroy themselves. But Krishna will never give you any benediction with which you will destroy yourself. First he will purify the heart and only then he will give you benediction. So therefore he is saying that demigod worshippers are unintelligent. Like you remember I was telling you that in my school days we used to have a mithai, not a shop, just outside. The pink color mithai, we would be selling, a lot of flies would be sitting, but it's very sweet mithai it is. Very sweet, soft also it is. So everybody used to go and surround and buy 20 paise, 30 paise. But my mom would never allow me to eat that. I have eaten few times before. I got fever also. But once she came to know, she controlled me. She told me that you should go to a shop and buy a mithai which is having inside the bottle. I told no, there are two costs. She said, why are you bothering about money? I am giving you money. Take 2 rupees for a chocolate, eat from the shop, don't go and eat that. This is the difference between Krishna and demigod. Demigod are the mithai sellers which are surrounded by flies. Right? And mother is like, Krishna is like mother who says, even if you, need more money also, I am very concerned about your health. Yeah. So Krishna first will purify the heart and then only he'll give material commodities. And demigods are like business fellows. You do their puja for them, they will close their eyes and give you whatever you want. And somebody may say, ye log isko lekar mar jayenge, marne do, kya kare? They paid me the amount, that's all. They just give like that, just like that. Because businessman, is he concerned about your health? He's concerned about what? Money, that's all. Once the money goes into his pocket, he will let you eat that fly wala mithai and then get fever. So, therefore, Krishna calls them unintelligent. Antavattu phalam tesham tad bhavati alpametasam. Alpametas people, like they are saying here. And also, they are considered unintelligent because they are rotating within the material world again and again, not going out of this world foolishly. Actually, sometimes one may foolishly think that, it requires some intelligence to understand. Like one company was giving a man, 40,000 rupees, and he was already working about 12 hours. They told him, if you work for 4 more hours, we'll give you 5 more thousand. Now 40 will become 45,000. He became a little greedy. Now he worked how many hours? 16 hours. But after he started this, within 1 month, he got a stiff neck and back pain, ulcers in the mouth, everything. He went to doctor. Doctor, why suddenly these things have started? And doctor asked how many hours you work in the computer. He said 16 hours. He said, oh, that's a problem. I have to start your medicine. So he started with the medicine, and every month he had to spend 10,000 rupees for the medicine practically. Now he's earning 45,000, spending 10,000. That means he's earning how much? 35. And also he's working how many hours more? 4 hours more. Is he intelligent? Alpamedasam. So it's foolishness. Is it not true? It appears to him that I'm getting 45k. But is he in a better position or a bad position than before? Yeah. But that requires what? Yeah, to understand it. Now one should be calculated. Yeah. Like you see, modern day people are so foolish. They think when somebody is a brahmachari, they think, why did you get so highly educated and you left everything, and you joined this? They think, did you pass the subject? People ask sometimes. I used to tell them, I passed the MTech, IIT, and then I worked also few years. Oh, then it's all right. Then people ask them, why did you leave? Did you have any broken love in your life, that you felt very sad and you became Sadhu Baba or something? People have their idea that Sadhu means you must have faced some challenge or something. They don't know that what a first class lifestyle it is. Even though you are in material world, you are like living like a liberated person in this world, fully into Krishna conscious activities. So people who are working hard in this world, they think they are better off. Correct, no? That's the way the world is. And also, many relatives, friends also think the same way. Do you agree? Correct, no? Like they will ask about two brothers. One brother is a brahmachari in ISKCON. His shaven head is preaching. Another brother is abroad in America. What will the relatives think? America living brother is a very intelligent fellow. Correct, no? And this fellow become brahmachari, sadhu baba. What is this? Correct, no? So because the material calculation is always foolish. You will see that. Alpa medasam. You will see that. So actually one cannot see. Prabhupada says the donkey, works for the washerman. And then he thinks that, if I don't work for him, I can't get my grass. But the grass is available where? Everywhere. He thinks, unless I work for him, he won't give me the grass. Why should he give grass? Grass is everywhere. Similarly, in this world, for you to earn your daily bread and live a life, it is not a big deal. Instead of, somebody slogging hard 16 hours a day, you do a little work for God and Krishna sends everything. But this requires intelligence to see. People cannot see otherwise. So most people you will find they prefer going to demigods for material benefits. They can't compare and see what is material benefit, what is spiritual benefit, what is Atma, what is body. Because they don't know the difference properly, therefore they are called in illusion. Go ahead.
Ultimately, he advises that one give up all other ways and modes of worship and fully surrender unto him alone. Bhagavad Gita 18.66. Only those who are cleansed of all sinful reactions can have such unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord.
Yesham tu antakaram papam jananam punya karmanam tedmanva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. He says. That means two things. You have to put a full stop to sins and you should perform spiritual activities in relation to Krishna. So what is that Yesham tu antakaram papam? Four related principles we have to follow. And what is Jananam Punya Karmanam? Glorifying the name, glorifying the fame of the Lord. Glorifying the name is Hare Krishna Mantra. And glorifying fame is Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. That is Punya Karmanam. Therefore, Prabhupada gave these two programs for us. Chant Hare Krishna and hear Bhagavatam every day. That is Jananam Punya Karmanam. And then Yesham tu Antakatam Papam, follow four rings. Then if you do these two things, Bhajante Mam Dridhavrata. You can become a determined devotee. Yes, go ahead.
Only those who are cleansed of all sinful reactions can have such unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord. Others will continue hovering on the material platform with their paltry ways of worship and thus will be misled from the real path under the false impression that all paths lead to the same goal. In this mantra of Sri Isopanishad, the word Sambhavat, by worship of the Supreme Cause, is very significant. Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and everything that exists has emanated from him. In the Bhagavad Gita 10.8, the Lord says,
together we'll recite. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvidaha.
I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Here is a correct description of the Supreme Lord given by the Lord himself. The words Sarvasya Prabhavaha indicate that Krishna is the creator of everyone, including Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And because these three principal deities of the material world are created by the Lord is the creator of all that exists in the material and spiritual worlds. In the Atharva Veda, Gopal Tapani Upanishad 1.24, it is similarly said, He who existed before the creation of Brahma and who enlightened Brahma with Vedic knowledge is Lord Sri Krishna. Similarly, the Narayan Upanishad 1 states, Then the Supreme Person, Narayan, desired to create all living beings.
So this is from Narayan Upanishad. This says, there are two verses. One talks about Eko Havai Narayana Asin, Na Brahma, Na Ishano, Na Chandro, Na Agni, Na Prithvi, Na Nakshatrani, Na Apo, like that it goes on. It just means Eko Havai Narayana Asin, in the beginning, Dharana Krishna, Supreme Lord was there, Narayana. And then it says there was no Surya, no Chandra, no Nakshatra, no Agni, no Vayu, no water. And Na Ishana means not Shiva, Na Brahma, Na Indra, like that it says. And after negating all these things, he alone was present, it says. And then he says, Narayanat Brahma Jayate, Narayanat Prajapati Prajayate, Narayanat Indro Jayate, Narayanat Ashtau Vasavo Jayante, Narayanat Ekadasha Rudra, Ekadasha Rudra, and then Narayana Dvadasha Aditya, like that it says. Then it says, from Narayana came Brahma, from Narayana came Shiva, from Narayana came Indra, from Narayana came 12 Adityas, from Narayana came 11 Rudras. the Narayana came 8 vasus, like that it says. Initially it says that only he was present, nobody else was present. Then it says that from him all these things came. So Prabhupada is quoting those verses he's quoting here. That is, then you can go below. The Narayana Upanishad also states, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha, it says. That is Chandogya Upanishad actually. Here also, one more is quoting Devaki, son Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Yeah. The identity of Narayana with the Supreme Cause has also been accepted and confirmed by Sripad Shankaracharya, even though Shankara does not belong to the Vaishnava or personal cult. So the Atharva Veda also states, only Narayana exists in the beginning, when neither Brahma nor Shiva nor... That's what I told you just now. Correct? No? I said, the Lord does not remain alone, but creates as he desires. So Krishna himself states in the Moksha Dharma, I created the Prajapatis and the Rudras, and they do not have complete knowledge of me, because they are covered by my illusory energy. That means even the Prajapatis and Rudras, even they cannot completely understand the Lord, it is said. And it is also stated in Varaha Purana, Narayana is the Supreme Personality God, and from him, four-headed, Tasmat, Chatur Mukha, like that, that's one verse. Yeah, as well as Rudra, who later became omniscient. Yeah. So in this way, this entire paragraph, Prabhupada is establishing the point that the original personality is Krishna, whose expansion is Narayana. And everybody else comes after him. And he is the Adi. And one who knows this truth with full conviction will engage in Krishna's service. Iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvitaha. See, one boy was asking a very brilliant question. Especially, what is the exact meaning of knowing the Lord? He said, what is the meaning of knowing? Because, many people say, I know it. But knowing is not enough if you have intellectual knowledge of the fact, but you are not inspired to serve. Correct, no? So, actual knowing means what? As soon as you have really known it, the result is what? Iti matva bhajante mam. That should lead to bhajan. One more verse I'll tell you. Yo mameva sammudho janati purushottamam sa sarvavit bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. See what he says. Yo mam eva asammudho, without any foolishness. He's a dhira purusha. Janati, he knows me. Janati, he says, no, correct, no? He understands me, knows me. What is the proof now? He knows. Sa sarvavit, he's saying. He is all knowing, he's saying. If you know Krishna, you are all knowing. Yasmin vijnate sarvam evam vijnatum bhavati. If by knowing him, everything else comes to be known, because everything is contained within him. If you know him, you know everything, he says. And then he's saying the result is what? Iti matva, sa sarvavit, then what he says? Bhajati mam. See that, what he says. Bhajati mam. So if the bhajati is not attained, that means his claim to be knowing Krishna is false. That means, our knowing is no knowing at all unless we develop eagerness to serve him. Bhajati mam. Actually, from the bhaja dhatu only the word bhakti comes. And bhaj is the original. And bhaj is something, action done with love. Action or service done with love is called bhaj. So from that word comes bhakti, it comes. So bhajati mam, how he serves? Sarva bhavena bharata means wholeheartedly one should serve. Wholehearted consciousness it is. It is not that you give one part of your heart to Krishna and then the rest part is all for Maya or something. See, for you, does Krishna consciousness come from the side or it comes in the front? You have to say. For many people, it comes from side. Yeah. That means they will say that, my son is in America, my daughter is in Russia. We are doing this, we are doing that. This is our business segment. And we also go to ISKCON temple. That is the side thing. Correct, no? When do you go? Oh, we go during Janmashtami. We generally go with our family. Very side thing for the people, many people. But for some people, you ask, you will see that, if he meets you, you are a devotee. Like I met one gentleman in the airport when we were waiting for the flight. So he saw me from distance and came. And of course, he was an officer, a big manager in a company, wearing pant, shirt, coat, suit, boot, tie, and everything. He came and then he bowed down like this and said, asked, who are you? He said, oh, I'm going to the Juhu temple. I'm chanting 16 rounds. He said, I'm chanting 16 rounds. Only recently, I have taken the Kantimala also. So he was going for some official this thing. So then he was telling, it's so rare to find a devotee. I'm so happy meeting you. Then he said, we do this service, we do that service, we put up this festival, we are arranging this program. And then I asked him, but by the way, you tell me who are you and what are you doing? Then he told about his business. So actually, for him, what was natural and spontaneous to talk about? Krishna consciousness. And he was talking all the while about in the temple, about the activities, about how joyful he is. Ever since he started this practice 2-3 years ago, everything about Krishna. And he was also talking about me and about Pune and everything was talking. Then I wanted to know what does he do. The profession, other things were a side thing for him. I thought that he has run away from responsibility. He's doing his responsibility. But Sarva Bhavena Bharata means wholeheartedly we should become Krishna conscious. Krishna conscious is not a optional thing for us. It's not an extracurricular thing for us. Other things are extra. Krishna consciousness is the main thing for a devotee. And you will find some grihasthas also like that. There are some grihasthas, they give their heart to Krishna consciousness. And they will also do their family duties to wife, children, everything. But they make the wife, children, all of them similar to them. You can see also there are people. So it's not a question of whether you're a brahmachari. It's not that brahmachari means you're sarva bhavana bharata. Everybody else is. It's not like that. You may see brahmachari is also having many other programs also. There are the varieties of, like at the gross level, subtle level. Brahmacharis can have puja la pratishtha. They may have attraction for sex life. They may have attraction for eating habit, attraction for, increasing their comfort level, attraction for accumulating material goods. If they are not sincere and serious about spiritual life. So the sarva bhavana is very important. Two words, bhajati mam. Another one is sarva bhavana. Same with that verse you see. Aham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva. If you really know this, then what he says? Bhajante mam. He says you have to do bhajan for him. How? Buddha means very intelligent. And then bhava samanvita. That is same as sarva bhavena bharata there. Bhava samanvita means bhav के साथ मेरा भक्ति करता है. साधना करता है भावना के साथ. This is sadhana with bhavana. He's saying. Not sadhana like a machine. No? He's saying sadhana with bhavana. He's saying bhavena bharata. So two things again there. What is the proof you know Krishna? Two things you'll be doing. One is bhajan. And how will be the bhajan? Bhajatam priti purvakam. He says, Tesham satate yuktanam. Bhajatam priti purvakam. That means, there should be constancy in your devotion service. That means it's wholehearted for you. See, wholehearted means what? All day you are thinking about which one? Yeah. In those days, my friends used to say, you heard this Adidas, no? And all day I dream about spirituality. And they will say another thing, that what they will say. All day I dream about sex, they will say. So, all day I dream about, that is wholehearted, correct now? So, the one is material consciousness, another one is spiritual consciousness, correct now? Isn't it? So, this is the meaning of spiritual consciousness. What is that? Tesham satata yuktanam. Constancy is that you are seeing. Then one more verse says that, Ananya chetaha satam. Yomam smarati tasyaham salabha partha nitya yuktasya yogina. See, 3 times it comes in this verse. Ananya chetaha satatam yomam smarati nityashaha tasyaham salabha partha nitya yuktasya yogina. So bhakti means constancy should be there. That means we should go from one spiritual activity to another spiritual activity. And second to third. And in between, if you give time, then mind goes for sense gratification. So there is no loophole for sense gratification. We just keep on continuously doing devotion service. Another one is priti purvakam. It should be done with lovingly. If you combine these two things, that is called bhava samanvita. Or sarva bhavena bharata. So both verses say that. You can see that. Yeah. You finish that, Para? Yeah,
thus, all Vedic literature confirms that Narayan or Krishna is the cause of all causes. In the Brahma Samhita 5.1 also, it is said that the Supreme Lord is Sri Krishna, Govinda, the delighter of every living being and the primeval cause of all causes. The really learned persons know this from evidence given by the great sages and the Vedas, and thus they decide to worship Lord Krishna as all in all. Such persons are called Buddha or really learned because they worship only Krishna.
Yeah. So I have one article I've collected. I'll just show you quickly. A few minutes. See, you're saying that here. See here. You're showing that? Yeah. See, read the heading.
Lord Krishna, not any avatar, but the source of Vishnu and all other incarnations.
This is a 40-page article. Eloquent article it is. See, I'll just show you the headings. I'm going to give you. You can give it to them. They can go through it leisurely. See, one Narayan begins with this. And if you see, you'll be amazed. It begins with CC codes. But inside, if you go, you will see what all codes are coming here. You will see that. Krishna is the origin of Vishnu. Krishna is not an avatar. It goes in. See, Rigveda is quoted here. And then you will see Srimad Bhagavatam is quoted. Narsimha Purana, Mahabharata. See, Krishna is predecessor of Lord Vishnu. Purusha Sukta. Quoting Brahma Samhita. Brahma Bhagavata Puran. Quoting Srimad Bhagavatam. Like this, there are many quotes. Purushavasaras, Satvata Tantra. All quotes are available. You can go through it leisurely. Narayana Upakhyana of the Moksha Dharma. See. Similarity between Krishna and his expansions. As you go deeper, then you will see many more quotes will come. Superior to the position of Lord Krishna. See, Prabhuti, Prakriti, Prartita. See, did Krishna existed before Vishnu or vice versa? So it's a very elaborate article. Again, so many quotes, you can see that. You have, see, this is Vishnu Dharmatra Purana. Very rare information is available in there. See here, Swayambhu Agama mentions the 14 cerebral mantra, and while doing it, the felicitous Lord who earnestly in the woodlands, Ramachandra, and the vehement form of Lord Narasimha, other incarnation, expansion, manifestations are all consistently worshipped as disguised forms of Lord Krishna. See, this kind of things are there. See, Brahmanda Purana, read this.
Although I appear in many different forms, all full in 6 opulences, none of these forms is equal to the supreme form of the cowherd boy Krishna.
See, this kind of Padma Purana.
All exclusive pastimes of Lord Krishna in sundry presentations are exceedingly wonderful. Still, his pastimes as a cowherd boy are inordinately and remarkably charming, magnificent, and sensational than all others.
As Padma Purana says it, yeah. See, Mahavishnu became a thief just to see Lord Krishna's divine form. Say, our Vishnu Thakur in commentary says, when Arjuna Krishna went to Mahavishnu Loka, correct, no? That time Arjuna offered obeisance to Mahavishnu. Did Krishna offer? It's mentioned in specifically Bhagavatam, he did not offer because he is master and Mahavishnu is servant. See, our acharyas have observed very powerfully. Jiva Goswami's commentary it is. So, yeah. So you guys can go through it. So why did Vishnu himself personally give? Okay. Lord Vishnu was eternally ready and very restless to see Supreme Lord Krishna. There are quotes. I think it's from Harivamsha, I think, yeah. So, extra supernatural Lord Krishna. Qualities of Krishna which are not found in any Vishnu Tattva. So all this is there, okay? So I'll leave it. I'll send it to you. Srila Prabhupada ki. And we will continue. The left portion we will continue in the next class. We'll complete it, okay?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. We'll close it. Thank you. Hare Krishna.